be that girl.
Why is it not the real one?
Dishonor.
It's not because like Ariel's white, not brown. Like, why would it be a movie like that? And Ariel's hair is long, not braided.
Well, as the Little Mermaid drama continues to pop off, and by the way, I think it was very well put together. I think Critical Drinker talked about it, and there was an original tweet thread, I can't remember who, I'm sure someone will link it, about fan baiting, about the idea that Disney and other companies do this type of thing because they know people are going to be outraged. And I've always said, like, literally since Jump Street, and I'll say it again, Halle Bailey has really nothing to do with this. They just got cast. They're doing their job. I don't think that it's necessarily fair to like dump on them. In particular, I don't think they've said anything like inflammatory or super inflammatory. But this video of a little girl kind of destroys the entire bologna sausage narrative of the woke corporations pushing this, and I can't wait to get into it after a quick word from this video's sponsor. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Established Titles. Established Titles is a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. They allow people to buy as little as 1 square foot of dedicated land so they can call themselves a lord or a lady officially. In return, they commit to plant a tree with every order and protect the beautiful, pristine woodlands of Scotland. Established Titles makes an absolutely amazing gift, and a person could officially get their name changed on documents. Their title pack gives you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate and an official certificate with a crest. Established Titles is currently having a really big sale just for you, my subscribers. You can get an additional 10% off any purchase you make with the discount code TheQuartering. So click the link below, go to establishedtitles.com/TheQuartering and use promo code TheQuartering to save an extra 10% today. Now this article came out yesterday, and of course, I'm sorry, actually today, yesterday, with the very predictable outcome. Like the attacks on the Little Mermaid and the Woman King, and now they lump that in, by the way, are unified by a disdain for black women. Oh my God. Like, are you serious? Are you serious right now with this article? Like, Woman King is, by the way, I mean, inconvenient truth, a story about 2 tribes that, captured their own people, black people capturing black people for slavery. All right. That's the truth of the Woman King. In fact, at least one of the major stars of the film backed out before it ever started filming after they read a book. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't do a bold story about, strong, independent, an African tribe or whatever the case is, but this particular tribe was a very bad selection if you want anyone to read a history book. In fact, there was massive backlash on Twitter that was like #boycott the Woman King, and it wasn't coming from white people. It was coming from people in the black community that knew the story. You see, ever since Disney announced in 2019 that Halle Bailey would play Ariel in a live-action remake of Little Mermaid, every bit of publicity about the film has been met with outrage over the fact that a black woman is playing the title character. That fervor came to head when the first teaser dropped recently, by the way, close to 3 million dislikes, showing Bailey singing Part of Your World from the original film. Since then, there's been an avalanche of fury from mostly white, mostly right-wing outlets who simply hate the idea of a black mermaid. Look, I don't care what you do with it. The Little Mermaid isn't for me, but that's not Ariel. And don't take it from me. Take it from a little black girl who's watching the trailer. I'm assuming this did not go the way. This is what happens when you have a kid that is tainted by their parents' politics. She's watching the trailer. Okay. She says, that is not the real Ariel.
What blasphemy did she just say?
You can't be that girl.
Why is it not the real one?
Dishonor.
Because like Ariel's white, not brown.
Oh no! Beast. Oh, Ariel's hair is long, not braided. It's almost like kids aren't racist. Oh my god. Can you believe it? It's almost like all of this BS about representation means nothing. This little kid, untainted by modern politics, right, has completely destroyed the narrative that a black Little Mermaid is for little black kids. Now, again, I don't understand why it would be so difficult to just have Ariel be Ariel. And I think it was the cartoon, she had a black friend. There was a darker mermaid. I've seen screenshots. I didn't watch the cartoon. Now, I have a twin sister, but we didn't watch the same programming for the most part, except for the real Ghostbusters and Pokemon, the cartoon. But like the idea that like here is like they flooded the internet. Oh my god, look, it's so stunning and brave with when my child was saying she looks like me. Now I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but I am curious about why they said that. Like, this girl is exactly who Disney claims is the target audience, and she doesn't approve. The real target audience is this guy. Oh, that poor Star Wars guy. Something internalized. Yeah, they're going to end up calling that little kid racist or something. The poor kid's about to get canceled. Base, impressive, very based. Based kid. Lord help the little kid. I mean, I agree, but you know how they mean it. Cancel that Trump supporter. You know, she must be a hardcore fan of the original cartoon. I can understand that. Disney's about to have media hit pieces written about a 7-year-old black kid. I mean, like, cancel that kid right now. You know, plugging black people into established roles seems so cop-out-ish. If they cared, they'd put the work in new roles. Why couldn't Ariel have had a friend in the show that's black and write that in? Like, I mean, from the mouth of babes, based. I mean, it's they're lying to you when they think that, like, or when they say that, like, oh, well, there's a huge audience of people that really just want to see fake mermaids that look like them. Like, that's I don't really know who these people are, but they don't exist. The Little Mermaid backlash was to be expected. Black characters, especially black women who take on roles who weren't originally black, have been a growing source of mean words and anger over the past years. I mean, look at white audiences targeted Jodie Turner-Smith for playing Anne Boleyn, not a fictional character, a real character that we know exactly how they look. Why? Like, did you write that sentence? You wrote that sentence with your whole rear end, like 10 toes on the line. You said, I don't understand why they're mad that Anne Boleyn was played by a black woman. They came after Anna Diop for portraying Starfire in Teen Titans, did they? I don't remember that. Who's they? Even though that character is an alien. Even when black actors play original characters, they're often harassed simply for existing. Okay, prove that. Like Moses Ingram or John Boyega. You mean John Boyega, whose boss minimized him on the poster? Now, there were some questions originally around the lore of a black stormtrooper. I'm not going to pretend that that doesn't exist, but they were lore-related questions. I don't ever remember people seeing people calling the guy the N-word. And in terms of Steve Toussaint in the House of the Dragon, same thing. Canonically, odd to have a black man in that role. But, like, the show has close to a 9 rating on IMDb, so it's not like they're exactly review brigading it. While the Little Mermaid backlash is easy to explain, in most cases ignored just as other chances to tout some racist stereotypes, the reactions to the Women King and Wakanda Forever are more complicated. But we're all going to bring it back to white people bad. As the movie approached release, the real history of the kingdom of the Dome circulated online, with social media accounts popping up to declare that they would boycott the movie. Hashtag boycott Woman King trended during the week of the movie's release. The Woman King is not a perfect historical retelling of the Agoji. Sorry if I mispronounced that. While the movie doesn't detail the depths of their commitment to the slave trade, a central conflict is the kingdom's role in selling fellow Africans to Europeans, an issue many who declared the movie as anti-black assumed it wouldn't address. The film isn't perfect, and it is deserving of thoughtful critique. Oh, is it? Is that why it got a 99% from audiences and 100% from critics? A lot of thoughtful critique came in there. Like, Woman King is not a movie for me. I'm not a big Viola Davis fan. I don't really care about that story. Much of the boycott Woman King hashtag is full of misogyny and anti-gay bias. Is it? I didn't see a single post like that. And isn't it funny how these articles never even bother to include an example, and if they do, it's like one? You see, Rachel Zegler defends Halle Bailey when a troll tweeted that she shouldn't be Ariel. It's a troll? I mean, and that's fine. Rachel Zegler, hashtag defund the police, hashtag 3 pronouns in your bio. Fine by me, Rachel Zegler. You can go away too. Liam Webster, literally name bunch of numbers, replies, "Hey Disney, I actually think that Rachel Zegler is a good choice for the role of Snow White because she looks just like her. But Halle Bailey is hashtag not my Ariel. She can be the Little Mermaid on Broadway if she wishes, but not in the movie. If you don't support my girl Halle, who is the perfect Ariel, you don't support any of us." Okay, I don't support you. Like, I don't get it. This is the Ariel Snow White crossover. Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah. Ariel and Snow White, 2 traditionally white characters, are no longer white. That's all part of the plan. Daryl Hannah, "The Little Mermaid is black. I met her. Don't be a racist, dork." Again, fine. I hope that the movie is actually good for Disney's sake. I mean, based on their trajectory of live action remakes, it's not going to be. But maybe remember this little girl and how you betrayed her childhood, already somebody very young. And now this kid has to ask political questions of their parents. But that's exactly what they wanted anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.